Hello, I'm Julia,
And I'm Allie.
and welcome to the GTV Weather Channel.
Breaking news, a blizzard is moving through the Chicagoland area.
Yes, and it's expected to be worse than the Great Blizzard of 1888.
The rating scale 1 to 5 rating system has predicted a crippling blizzard, which is very severe and number 4 on the scale. Now we will cut to Julia, who's outside.
Winds are currently at more than 50 miles per hour, and temperatures are in the negatives. I suggest that everyone stays indoors and have an emergency kit nearby and have extra food that can last up to a week.
Yes, Julia, that would be smart. Do you have any other suggestions on how to stay safe during this terrible storm?
Oh, you can see my paper. I suggest that everyone has matches and firewood to keep your homes warm if the power goes out. This weather.
As you can see from this weather map, the snow is coming down into Illinois from the East Coast and down from Canada. From Canada, knowing that it's north, it is going to be really cold and really dangerous. The winds are going super fast, and as you can see with this picture, there's lots of flash floods that will end up becoming blizzards down low.
Oh no. Yes, Allie, that is very true. Blizzards can occur virtually anywhere. The only place we wouldn't get any form of blizzard is the Gulf Coast or the coast of California. Like Allie just said, blizzards mainly occur in the Midwest, so Illinois and the Great Plains.
Very true, Julia. Living in Illinois, we tend to see many blizzards, or at least a lot of snowstorms.
Yeah, like the Great Blizzard of 1977 and 1978. People still talk about the storm because of how dangerous it was. Allie, didn't your grandmother and grandfather almost die?
Yes, they almost did. He was coming from work and the roads were completely covered and he got stuck. So he had to walk half a mile just to get to some stranger's house, and he stayed there for about 3 days. For my grandmother, she was also coming from work, and she said she was going to stop at my great-grandmother's house. So after a while, my grandfather decided that he was going to call and check up on her and found out that she had never arrived. He looked out the window and saw her all the way across the cornfield stuck in the snowdrift with her head only sticking out of the snow. Luckily, she was saved and is still alive today.
Wow, that is just crazy to think that someone so close to you could have died because of the severe storm system. This now tells us that we need to be extremely careful. There's a big difference between a snowstorm and a blizzard. A blizzard has winds up to 35 miles per hour and visibility is less than 1/4 of a mile and is below 25 degrees. A snowstorm is just a safer blizzard with less winds. Usually still a lot of visibility. It can get cold, but because it isn't as windy, you don't really feel it. I will head back into the studio so we can continue this conversation in a safe environment. Also, I will put in a video of a blizzard to show you how bad these things can really get.
In this picture, you can see the terrible things that happen after a blizzard, how things can get buried below the snow.
This is a satellite picture taken from outer space of a blizzard.
this picture, you see a man walking through the snow after the blizzard has just occurred.
The darker the color, the more snowfall occurred. As you can see the middle of this picture, the more snow fell there.
In this last picture, you see a bunch of people helping others up a mountain after the snow. While we wait for Julia to come back in the studio, I will talk about the Great Blizzard of 1888. This blizzard killed more than 400 people in northeast Illinois on March 11th to March 12th. It dumped 40 to 50 inches coming from the east coast of America.
After this blizzard, it caused record-breaking temperatures across the country. In Minneapolis, it got an extreme low of -41.
That's really low, Julia.
Yes, now the worst storm to ever happen in Chicago was on January 26th to 27th of 1967. Within this time, 23 inches came down, pummeling everything in its path.
That sounds really bad. This now shows us that we need to be prepared for the storm coming now.
Wow, the other day it was like 30 degrees, and now we are about to encounter a great blizzard.
These storms can cause roads to be blocked off, winds to get dangerously high, and the wind chill deadly, so everyone should get to a safe place and be prepared for the worst.
That's all we have for you today, Geneva. I'm Julia Ike.
And I'm Allie Rhodes. Have a great day and stay warm and safe.
This is the absolute best blizzard of all. Brain freeze!